Okay, this reading is for Sagittarius, and it's for the 1st to the 15th. Oh, I didn't put my rings on, you guys. That's weird. Okay, well, I'll do the reading without it. I can live without it. It's weird, though. Okay, so let's see. I laid out the cards beforehand just because I don't want the videos to take so long. I know some people love to see the shuffling, but I got another deck here. I'll shuffle those ones for you. So Sagittarius, from the 1st to the 15th of April, this is what I see coming for your life. So that's only over the next 2 weeks. And here's what you're starting April off with. And this is a very interesting card. We're just coming through the weekend, and I feel like the Sagittarius that are watching, they probably had a pretty good weekend. They probably had a lot of focus on getting yourself aligned, getting yourself feeling good, feeling healthy, a lot of meditation. I see like a lot of like self-reflection and just getting in the vibe of just being with spirit is what I feel like you're starting this week off with. And this is a great way to start your week. However, the caution when I see this card is just that, it might be a little bit of a stretch now to step back into your work week, and you're all with this spiritual energy, and you got to go kind of into the work world. Next to you, I see, is the Ten of Wands cards for Sagittarius. And with this, I see that the energy flow for you this week is very much encouraging you to let go of some burdens, of doing too much, of taking on too much, taking on other people's issues. And this week you're going to be really confronted with that, not just this week, but over the next 2 weeks. So a lot of the events that are happening in your life is all going to be to do with that, is to show you really clearly, okay, you need to let go of some things. You need to be less stressed. And maybe this is why that you spend a weekend of like really de-stressing and with spirit and alone and doing a lot of spiritual work, because you do feel like you're so overburdened in your life that you need to really, really, really get yourself aligned on the weekend. But for the next 2 weeks, Sagittarius, that's what's going to be coming in your face more and more. Things that you need to let go of, things that you have no business being involved in, things that you have too much on you. So I feel like there's somewhat like an emotional week, like from a cosmic level, you're being pushed to kind of stay in this mode and being forced to see all the things that you've taken on that you shouldn't be taking on. Okay, so over the next 2 weeks, that's going to be very pronounced in your life, so it's all about letting go. Okay, and I love this because you got the Ace, the 10, the Fool, so they all go together, because the Fool is a new beginning, an Ace is a new beginning, a 10 is an ending. So you've got all this new beginning energy here. Okay, so over the next 2 weeks, the universe is really pushing you to get rid of all the things that you need to get rid of. So that could be decluttering, that could be people that are putting a lot of pressure on you, just a lot of burdens that you don't necessarily need in your life, okay, that you're going to be forced to let go. And then I see a new beginning for you, like a fresh start. So on the side of this difficult card of having all these difficulties are 2 cards of really of a lot of freedom and a lot of divine energy. So this is how you're starting off your week. Okay, so that's great. It looked like you really had a lot of rest in the weekend. So here next we have the Justice card, but that's the energy that's passing out of your life. Perhaps some of you just finished some court, or you had some important documents that you had to take care of, or I always feel like this is like the paperwork of life, you know what I mean? The stuff that we don't really want to deal with, but all the official stuff like taxes and wills and looking after the estate and looking after our bank accounts and making sure our insurance is up to date, that kind of thing. So if you were been burdened with that, that's now passing out of your life. Now Sagittarius, what I see coming over the next 5 to 6 days for you, this is interesting because we got the King of Cups. So here we got you with your cup here, and I didn't even read that as love. So I don't know if there's some love going on. Let me see what this King is bringing to your life, or what's going on with this King here. I'm just going to do a one-hand split there because my other hand is holding the camera, and just see what this King of Wands is. A King of Cups. I'm saying wands because I see the wand in the hand. So that's interesting too, that I didn't even notice the cup. So what is this King of Cups all about? So to me, it just goes right back to this card, and it tells me that you're going to be dealing with somebody that you perhaps had some issues with. It could be a relationship. It could be divorce proceedings that you're going through, Sagittarius. I feel like this man has some connection. So I said will, so maybe perhaps some of you had to have had some issues around somebody passing away. And oftentimes that's when this cup of spirituality shows up. Even though it is a lover's cup, I'm not reading this as a love reading. It's an emotional, but because we have the Justice here, it would suggest to me that there was something of a big legal nature that needed to be taken care of. Because when I asked with it, what's this King of Cups all about, I got the 5 of Cups. Somebody's crying, somebody who's really upset, somebody who needs to just turn around and realize all is not lost, but it's just too early for that. What really stands out for me is all these moons, and actually orange was the color that I picked for you. If you look at all my readings that I do, there's always a color that comes for each person, and orange was really the color that came for you. But I see a lot of orange in this reading, and I see a lot of planets. They're in every single one except for this. A lot of orange. Orange is what one up before the root chakra. I kind of leave it up to people if they want to look that up at a deeper dimension of what orange could be telling them. But that's what I get for you, and it's so much. And having said orange, I even get the orange fruit here and here. Look, you know, there's so much of it here for you. So I feel like some sort of legal thing has to be done with this person, or was done with this person, but for some reason he's still around. You're still dealing with him. Okay, so that's what you're going to be dealing with still over the next 5 days. I feel like there's, like I say, some sort of issue of a legal nature took place, and that I get two things when I hear that. I feel like it was like a divorce proceedings, or people are breaking up their assets, but I also saw like a death, you know, that somebody had to sign over as an estate and look after that. And this is like brothers and sisters and family members and just different people that you're going to have to deal with in regards to that. Next, we have the Knight of Swords here. So to me, this is up till about April 5th or 6th. And then from time forward, from the 7th to around the 14th or the 13th, I see some action taking place. I see some movement. Perhaps somebody is moving furniture, moving out, clearing out the estate, Sagittarius. There's a lot of action taking place here, but with the swords, it's almost like maybe there's some contesting of the way things are being done, because this knight is facing right towards this King of Cups that comes right after the Justice card. So I feel like Sagittarius, you're dealing with, you know, family members, different people who are also affected by whatever legal stuff have just taken place, okay? Sagittarius, wow, this is kind of a unique reading I'm getting. Now, what I see for whoever is watching this, I feel a strong energy is if you're hoping to receive something, you're in your deepest subconscious, you are wanting to receive some financial gain from whatever these legal documents were. So this is not a prediction that you're going to. It's just what's most deeply on your subconscious mind. And sometimes it's so deep that we don't even know. That's why this position is here. So the person reading for you can tell you that what's at the deepest level that's really influencing your behavior right now and influencing your decisions. And for me, I feel like whatever this legal issue that went on, the divorce for some of you, the splitting up of assets, the dividing of family inheritance is what I'm really feeling, okay? So you're hoping that you're going to get some good benefit from this, some gain, okay? So this is what's really on your mind. And you're very burdened by all of this, even though on both sides of these cards are two beautiful cards. I think you kind of took some time and said to yourself, okay, I need to calm down. I need to get myself centered. I need to get looking at things from a very loving and spiritual perspective is how I read these two cards. And then you came out and you said, okay, I'm going to tackle this fresh, okay, because I know what I'm up against. So in the next card of others, here now we have the King of Wands. So you're definitely dealing with another person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but I feel like this is man. And I feel like for most people, it's another family member. So there's somebody watching, or maybe more than one or two or three or four, because I just feel it so strong, as if for some it is a breakup, but for others it's definitely the division of family assets, you know, from somebody in the family dying, you know. But there's not sadness in the dying, it's just the nuisance of breaking up all the inheritance and who's getting what, and you're hoping to get your share, you know. So here we have the Page of Wands. So there's a lot of communication, there's a lot of action, there's a lot of interacting with people. So you got your king here, you got a knight here, you got a king here, and you got a page here. So you're over the next 2 weeks, Sagittarius, you're doing a lot of interaction with people. There's a lot of communication going on, there's a lot of talk, a lot of phone calls. My camera just cut out. So just as I was saying that, so like I pay attention to everything that happens in a reason, and just as I was saying, a lot of communication, phone calls, the camera went dead, or the camera went off. So I feel like that represents in your life, Sagittarius, there's going to be miscommunication. There's going to be some struggles in the communication. So, you know, you have to keep going back to keeping in mind, keep yourself aligned spiritually, keep your cup being filled with divine energy so that you're able to handle what's going on here. Even though it's not a big hardship, but it is taxing on you. It is a chore that you have to do. So it is something official that has to be taken care of. So there's going to be a lot of communications, but I see those oranges back there. And like I say, orange is the color that it got for you. Every time I start a reading, I always drawn to some color. You see the orange, the orange, the orange. Like I put that there for you. So orange being very important over the next 2 weeks. And orange, I believe, like, is it your power chakra? So you look up what the meaning, because that to me means you need to get that energy in your life, you know, over the next 2 weeks, you know. So a lot of communication going on. Back and forth for the next 2 weeks. Action, busy. Dealing with official life stuff. And here I saw that you were hoping to get some financial gain, and the final outcome by April 15th, you definitely are going to get the financial gain that you wanted. So if somebody here is going through divorce, they're in court, because everything goes back to this court card. And this shows me court proceedings have already started. It's not like it's coming, okay? You're dealing with the aftermath and hoping that financially it's going to pan out for you, and it is, okay? By the 15th, it's going to pan out very well for you, okay? Very well. Okay, so I want to pull another card for you. Let's see what I have here. I'm going to just clear these out of the way. Put my camera down here. Sorry. Let's let you see the pretty background. Okay, let me see. Now I'm going to ask for you, Sagittarius, before I leave, the most important message that you need to hear. Like that if you listen to this over the next 2 weeks, it'll just take everything to the best that it can possibly be for you, okay? So this is not a prediction, it's advice. And one advice that I hear for you is keep, you know, like I already said, keep in the line of spirituality. Keep, when you feel overwhelmed, you know, go to a quiet spot. The map maker of destiny, authentic purpose and inspiration, and free will. So with this card, it tells me that map maker of destiny, that right now is a time in your life that you could really shape your life to be something different than what you want it to be. There's destiny, there's fate is in your hands right now, and you have a chance to go in a direction that's very good for you, okay? Go in the direction of your dreams. Authentic person, authentic purpose. I mean, you have the luxury right now in life. There's an opportunity being presented to you over the next 2 weeks to be totally 100% living authentically, doing exactly what you love to do, okay? But like with this card in the advice position, it's advising you to step up to that over the next 2 weeks within it is something that is your divine purpose in life. It holds your authentic purpose, and don't do anything over the next 2 weeks that isn't in line with how you feel inside. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so follow your inspiration, follow your free will. It's a lot like the Fool card that you got there, the 0. So it's very interesting lineup of cards that you got, because you're dealing with something heavy duty, but at the same time you got some very spiritual and very open cards. When I see the Ace of Cups and this card and the Fool card mixed in with that batch of cards. So just Sagittarius, just a really, really busy week, but like, don't get too involved, remember, with those burdens on that person's back, okay? Love and peace. And if anybody wants a reading, all the information is here. My readings are on sale right now. If you're in America, you get additional 25% off with the exchange rate. So there you have it. Have a good night, everyone.